in these other two, they go around like this. The thread is fixed, and as the V-fold goes up and down, that's moving the stick, and so that's making it turn. And on this one, it's the parallel fold going up and down. The thread is fixed. I'll show you the back. You can see the way the thread is stuck down to the page there. That's what's holding the V-fold one. And in this one, you can see through there, you can see a thread is stuck to the base. So I've got two examples I can show you. This is The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by Robert Sabuda. And the very first spread is this one. It's the whirlwind turns. And if you look at how it works, it's stuck to the base here. And then this is the equivalent of what I've made there. It's just a piece standing up holding this. So that's one moved by the V-fold going up and down, moving that. And then this is Cinderella by Matthew Reinhardt. And on this he's got the whole magical ball, and you've got a whole series of these figures all spinning round. If you can look underneath, they're all of this type with the parallel fold. But it doesn't really matter. I'll just show you how it works now. And we've got a V-fold and all these other little pieces. The V-fold, each side of it is 75 degrees. We've got a window cut in the middle, and then we've got two of these counterfolds cut, which are going to hold up the stick. Maybe if you look down that way, you can see how those are working. And I'm actually going to stick it on this way round. This is the one for the red flag. I've got a mark here. This is 3 centimeters up. There's a line, and that's for the mechanism holding the blue flag. So first I'll just stick this down. The angles on this are both 75, and I've drawn where they stick down on the base. The angles on the base are both 60 degrees, and from the point to the edge of the page, that's 6 centimeters. Glue them both at the same time because I've measured where they go. And that's like that. Just fold it, make sure it works nicely. And then the thread. So one end sticks to the page. The spindle has to go down through one of these, past the hole, and then down through the other sleeve. And somehow or other, I've got to wrap the thread round there, which is a bit of a faff. I don't know how many times you need to do it. As far as I'm concerned, the less the better, really. Let's just see if it's moving. Yeah, it does spin, so I think I can get away with only 3. So this is a piece that will hold the thread down as far from the spindle as possible. So that's going to go in there with the thread coming up through the end. I might even nick it so it just stays in place. I'll put glue all over this. So it's above this piece. Now we stick that in there. The thread is gone round the rod and it comes down over the yellow card, and then I've put a little nick in the yellow card to hold it, and so that's holding one end in a fixed position. Now the other end, you see here, this is a device. As the page opens and closes, that just goes that way. It doesn't move this way, which is the way the movement is happening. So I'll just make one of those. This is a small piece of card, 3 centimeters high, and it comes in 1 centimeter from the side there. And that folds like that and like that. And this is going to stick down just like that. The way this is held vertical is with these 45-degree folds. Well, 45-degree folds are explained in tutorial 23. So I'll stick this inside that first. Just making sure it's not obstructing that hole in the main piece. And then this other side is going to glue underneath there. A little bit of glue on that. When this is glued in place, when there's two of them, they'll fold down like that. They'll just keep this piece vertical. Take the other one, and that will go like that, and this piece will be inside that fold. So again, I need to trim it down just a little bit. Make sure that's going to fit all right. There we are, and then this whole thing glues back to back. And maybe before I glue it down, I'll just put this thread through there if I can. Put some glue on it and make it harder. Yay! Right, that's gone through there now. That's going to be there like that. We can glue this piece down. Glue it straight along the spine there. Check that it folds shut. Everything folding shut nicely. Now this, we want that as tight as it will go, and I'll wrap it around there. I've made this piece that just fits over the whole lot, and I'll glue that and stick it down, and that'll just hold that bit of thread tight. And let's just see, it is turning, so I'll just put the red flag on it. There we are, let's just check it. Yay! So that's the spindle being moved by the V-fold, and the thread is fixed. Now on this other side, I'll make one where the spindle is moved by a parallel fold and the thread is fixed. And this is Cinderella by Matthew Reinhardt. And on this he's got the whole magical ball, and you've got a whole series of these figures all spinning round. If you can look underneath, they're all of this type with the parallel fold. But it doesn't really matter, I'll just show you how it works now. Here's the piece. It's going to be stuck 3 centimeters out from this gully. It's 3 centimeters high and 3 centimeters deep, and the width of it just doesn't matter. So I'm going to stick it onto these 2 lines. But before that, this piece has when it's stuck in position, there's a hole in the top that the spindle goes through. There's also a window in it, which is what the thread goes through. And to hold the spindle in place, there's a sleeve. I've scored it 4 times so that it'll go nicely round the spindle before it sticks to the back of this parallel fold. It's going to stick on like that, so it's got a sleeve for the spindle to go through, and it's got a window in it that matches the window in the parallel fold. Stick one side and stick the other side. There it is. I'll just make sure the spindle actually fits through it nicely. Yeah, there we go, and it can turn. So that's good. The difficulty is going to be threading a bit of thread through that. It's got to go around it a few times. How many times I don't know, but so these little squares, they're 3 by 3. So it's the same distance as from the gully to where the parallel fold is going to stick down. So this is going to stick on there and hold the thread in place. So the thread goes under it. You stick it down with the thread coming up from the back of the square, like that. So this piece is just superfluous, we'll just cut that off, that's it. So now this sticks down to that line, put a bit on there. This sticks down to that line, like that. Make sure it's that the hole and the spindle are in line with where that bit of thread is stuck down. That comes out like this. Pull it all tight. Right, that's nice. This now is going to stick to that top line. So that goes like that. So this is just an absolutely classic parallelogram. We pull this thread tight. We've got another piece of card like this. Put the glue on it. This again is 3 by 3, the same as the previous piece. And the thread has to come up at the far side of it and go under it like that. Pull it as tight as we can get it. And that should be okay now. So cut that off. And as it closes, that should be turning. Put the blue flag on and then we're done. The blue flag. Bit of glue on the spindle. Bit of glue on the flag. There we go.